And we're live. How you doing? My name's Mike Dixon. Welcome to Simply Your Device Friday Night Tech Talk here. We got George. Say hi to George.
Hey folks, Mobile Geezer here. Glad you're with us for the last show of the year. And we are at Christmas Eve. There goes my phone.
Yeah. I just did it. I heard it. I had the a tab open here in the Chromebook here. Okay. Yeah. The last Friday Night Tech Talk for 2022, and I was like I said in last week, we're going to try to pick up where we kind of left off in a way. Talk a little bit about a little bit of what I felt about the people choosing the phone of the year kind of thing.
Right.
Anything else? It's not everything's set in stone, George. So if you got something in particular you want to hit up or anything, I mean, I'm trying to find the stories. All right.
No, I'm good. I have the stories up from last week, so I'm good.
Where are we at here? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so we discussed last week about the phone of the year from 22 for Android Police, and they pretty much picked the Pixel.
Right.
And there's been this week a lot of talk with MKBHD in his video.
Right.
And I didn't watch it all.
I watched it after I watched Big Dog, and he talked about it. There's Eleanor. Hey, Eleanor, glad to hear.
Let me see. I'm in the stories. Hey, Eleanor, how you doing? Happy New Year there. But so what are your thoughts? What are your? Well, I know you picked the iPhone.
Right, I picked the iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Now the
Pro Max.
The consensus here is what he was talking about was the Google Pixel was really the standout, and not in the format that he had. It seemed like, was it the people picked the Pixel 6a was the overall winner in that one? He did that.
I thought he said the people picked the Pixel 7 like he did, because he picked the 7 over the 7 Pro, didn't he? Because he said it was a better value, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Okay. But the thing was, everybody was just not much with the iPhone. Did he not pick that?
He didn't say much about it. Now, but Big Dog said he picked the iPhone, and I'm like, I didn't hear him pick the iPhone.
Pick the iPhone,
I thought he had the iPhone and the 7 in a tie. That was my impression. But now Big Dog picked the 6A all the way. That's right. He said Brian said the Pixel 6 had the best budget camera. Yeah. Now Big Book picked the 6A because he said it was by far the best value. A lot of people are saying that. Yeah.
So. Before I move on, also everybody give us the video a thumbs up and a share and put the word out there. If I had a bucket, super chat if there was a bucket. But I'll take Monopoly money,
Okay.
Let's see. The iPhone just destroyed the Pixel in Christmas lights. Oh, okay. Pixel was noisy. Okay. So, did you share some of those, Brian, in Telegram with me? I don't know. I haven't. I've been kind of busy here. I just dropped my car vlog just moments ago, like literally moments ago.
I was looking for it before we got here.
I tried all I could to try and edit, and then shout out to Munchie. I'm always welcome to suggestions, and Munchie hit me up with some suggestions, and then I saw his suggestions, and I was just busy at work. And I'm off next week, so I'm trying to wrap up stuff. So
that makes sense.
It would upset the Pixel fans. Yeah. Well, yeah. Is it just me, George? Does it seem like the Pixel got a lot of chatter, a lot of talk this year? The Pixel 7.
Yeah, I think it did, but I think it's because Google finally started advertising in multiple places on TV. They've been advertising in football games. They've been advertising in basketball
games. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, when you start advertising doing football, you are looking at by far the most popular TV, thing in this entire country.
It's always playing. The commercials are always on with all the other phone companies.
Exactly. So I think that's why it got so much buzz. It's like no longer is it just us techies who know about the Pixels. Now a lot of people know about
it. A lot of people are knowing. Yeah. And I saw there was I think his name was Joel Embiid. He's a 76er, and then somebody caught a picture of him with the Pixel 7.
Wait, you live what? Less than a half an hour from Philadelphia, and you don't even know Joel Embiid's name? I mean, come on.
Called him. Hey, look, I'm not a basketball fan. Don't get me wrong. Don't get upset, folks. But
I'm not a Philadelphia fan, but I know who Joel Embiid is.
I know who he is, but I mean, they caught a picture of him holding a Pixel phone, and you always wonder, is that a promotional shot?
No, that was a promotional shot, I think.
These guys, I can't see them with a Pixel. I'm sorry. As much as I would love that.
I can see him with a Pixel, but I don't think you're not going to get a Joel Embiid with any kind of phone in front of a camera unless he's getting paid for it. He's too big,
Right.
But I can see him having a Pixel. Why not?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't he?
But it's. I still feel, and I'm probably bad, but it's a status to have one of these.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
If you're walking around with one of these, they're going to say to you, "What's that?" You know what I'm saying? I know that's what we do. Look.
But yes,
I walked around.
I agree.
I walked around with 4. Look, I had these. These are just some of them I took today to work.
Oh yeah. Well,
all right.
I'm over at Eleanor's house, and I have 4 of my phones with me.
Right. You know what I mean? But we're the weird ones.
I agree. It's still a status thing, but I'm thinking Google is out to change that, and I think they may very well do it.
Let's see. We talked about this. Let's talk about what took the top spot. The top spot. But now it's out. I saw a lot of people, and I can't speak for myself, and I will admit the Ultra, the S22 Ultra. Is probably a really great phone, and if I could have came across a deal with it, I probably would have it would be just easier for Pat to get the Ultra because basically it's a Note, right?
I have felt all year long, ever since I got this S22 Plus, that it's just as good as the Ultra. One slight camera difference, but I think it takes just as good as pictures, just as good as video. I think this is a great phone, and I said in my phone of the year, this came very close to the iPhone, but the iPhone beat it out. That's all.
Yeah, but I will admit I'm catching her. When I get like, are you ever going to use the S Pen? And she goes, I use it, and her and I go back and forth. And sure enough, there it is. She's doing whatever she's doing, and she's got the S Pen in her hand.
Okay, well, it makes sense.
So it's a glorified stylus, if you know what I'm saying. She doesn't take full advantage of what the S Pen can really do,
right?
But at least she has it out and she's using it. So,
when the S23 comes out, I would think you're going to start finding some deals on 22.
Well, the 23, that's what I'm holding out on. That's sort of the plan. The S22 will be used as a trade for her.
Exactly.
And that would help defer the cost.
But keep in mind, are you going to use the S22 as a trade towards the S22 Ultra or the S23 Ultra?
I'm going to wait for the 23.
Okay, but I'm just saying, because once the 23 comes out, the 22 Ultra will get cheaper.
Yes. So. Yeah. And again, yes, you're right with that. And if no, not all the time. When they come out with the 23, I've seen this in years and years past. Right. So the new phone comes out, and last year's phone, they give such a phenomenal discount on the new one. Crazy deals.
Yeah, I see your point.
But now later on, if I waited, they'll come out with these little flash sales. You know what I mean? A day or two sales.
You see Brian's comment about S22 Ultra, which I did not have, of course.
Just needs a prioritized faster shutter.
I didn't realize that. Because the shutter on here is on the Plus is just fine. I didn't realize that the Ultra might have a slower shutter. But then, of course, it does have another camera that this one doesn't have. So.
Right. So.
Brian helps educate us a lot.
Brian keeps us on his toes. Okay, Brian keeps me on my toes. We exchange comments a lot on when I have a free moment on Telegram. Him and I. So
okay, good.
All right, I'm going to. No, where are you? Share. Shucks, how do you do the share thing again?
Now you have to go present, and then from present you'll see.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay, I did click on it.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing that I think us techies kind of miss.
Okay.
Sometimes is let's reflect back a year ago.
Okay.
So Android Police. Now, mind you, we looked at Android Police last week,
right?
And I believe their top pick was the Pixel 7. Am I correct?
7 Pro, wasn't it?
I think it was the Pro.
Yeah.
Here last year, a year and a few weeks. This was published December 17th, 2021.
Right.
They picked the Pixel 6.
Right, not the
as
Pixel
phone
6
of the year.
Pro. Yeah, now I have the Pixel 6 Pro. I never had the Pixel 6. And I'm thinking they picked the Pixel 6 because of all the issues that the Pixel 6 Pro had for what it took about 6 months to get the issues straightened out.
I think I think both phones had their initial issues. And don't forget, the Pixel 6 was plagued with Android 12 as a whole.
Right. Now, of course, I had the Pro, and I had given Eleanor the 6, so we both had one, and we both had issues, especially with the fingerprint. But my feeling is the Pro had more issues over those 6 months than the 6 did. I'm not positive of that.
So I'm gonna try and read some of the story here.
Okay.
This is Android Police from December 17th of 2021. Android Police basically picks the Pixel 6 is the phone of the year for them. This is from, is it Rye or Renee? How you would say? Ryne. Hager. I think it's Ryan Hager.
Ryan, I would say Ryan. Yeah,
Ryan,
Hager.
okay.
Ryan Hager.
Yes, I've heard his name before. Okay. This article is part of a directory, the best of 2021, our favorite smartphones, Chromebook, smartwatches, and earbuds.
Right.
So they basically are saying in here it shows. Does it reflect on the screen? Oh, where I'm at. Oh, it does. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It says your current the Pixel 6 is our 2021 phone of the year. Then going into, I guess it must be a hyperlinks. Okay. The Galaxy Watch 4 and 4 Classic are our 2021 watches of the year. They picked the Watch 5 for this year anyway, right?
Yeah, my Watch 4 Classic is still my pick. I never even went for the Watch 5.
The Acer Chromebook Spin 713 is their pick for 2021 for a Chromebook, and the Sony WF-1000 XM4s are the wireless earbuds for the year.
And I remember seeing a lot of articles with a lot of people liking those particular earphones.
Yes, I do. I do see that. The Pixel 6 debuted to great acclaim just a few months ago, surprising us all, particularly when it came to $600 price. After years of making some of the best mid-rangers you can get, the company finally learned a thing or two about value, translating that lesson to flagships. But the Pixel 6 isn't just a good deal, it's the best Android phone, period. Google delivered big camera upgrades powered by a fast new in-house Tensor chipset running among the most future-filled software you can get. All guarantees to be secure for the next 5 years, and is one of the best phones you can buy right now. So it's probably no surprise that Android police editors have selected the Pixel 6 as the most wanted phone of the year. Now I'm going to pause it here because I want to go and look at if there's any comments here.
Okay.
Brian's being quiet. Okay. I just want to take a moment here. And Brian is one. I know Big Dog talked about it in his car vlog, how the Pixel 7 Pro is overheating.
And he said that's why he didn't pick it as his phone of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, Pixel, Google, can we get a phone out and not have an issue?
I'm just grateful your 7 and my 7 are not overheating.
Well, there was an article out of its spontaneous cracking at the camera lens. I mean, can we just have a decent new phone without drama?
Compared to last year with the 6 and 6P and 6 Pro, this is a lot better.
Yeah, so far it came out of the gate right, and I said in one of my videos about the Pixel 6 is that it got me so I mean I fell for it, but I know. The thing is, if I didn't pay attention and play and feel like I had to play it safe,
right,
and park the phone, I mean, I was nervous booting it up. It was like it sat on this table over here probably until like February. It was some big update that came out for Android 12 and for the Pixel. And ever since that time forward, I put my main SIM in it and it was in there for the longest time in the Pixel 6.
But what's the best thing you and I can say about the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro? Both have the Pixel 7, and I'm still keeping my Pixel 6 Pro, and you're still keeping your Pixel 6. That says a lot.
Continue on, even just focusing on specs, it's easy to see why the phone hit top marks in reviews at most sites, including us. Google Tensor was an unproven concept, but we think it passes the test. It may not beat the Snapdragon 888 in every benchmark, but in real-world use, it enables some of the best AI power features on a Pixel 6 series, driving the Google Assistant to new heights with features like Live Translate and the best voice typing you can get. Whether the Tensor is truly custom or not, we found it to perform well enough that the distraction is immaterial. And I will say, in my time having a 6, I can really say I don't ever remember having any kind of hiccups on mine. And I'm not here to be a fanboy. I'm just telling you like it is.
Same with me with the 6 Pro. I had no hiccups that I could know about at all. And I don't remember Eleanor saying that she had any with the 6 other than the fingerprint stuff that we had.
Hey, we got Gary in the room. How you doing, Gary?
Yo, Gary, Happy New Year, brother. Yeah, and see, Gary's got a good point. Name a phone that didn't have issues. That's true. Even iPhones have some issues. You're going to have a few. Always.
They're all got issues at some point, but
exactly.
But
But last year, the Pixel 6 had the worst of anybody. At least a lot, and it was month after month after month, and especially with that fingerprint sensor, they kept trying to fix it, and it kept not getting fixed until about 6 months in. I'd say 5 updates, 6 months.
That's where that, and the same to you, Gary, and that's where the one of the Achilles' heel still to this day. I think their fingerprint sensors they're using are not the best.
Right.
The OnePlus 9 fingerprint sensor by far is the best in-display fingerprint sensor one can have.
And that may well be true. I just think those cameras are so terrible. I could not use that.
We're talking about fingerprint sensor here. I want to be able to get in my phone.
And I think they've always had a great fingerprint sensor ever since they were one of the first ones to come out with an in-display fingerprint sensor. And I think they did a good job from day one, I think.
Yeah, so I know poor Brian, man. He looked forward and Brian man went through hell. Brian went through hell trying to get his Pixel. Finally, when he does it, it just took a big dump on him in plain English, and he had he used it as I think Brian, if I'm right, used it as a trade-in. He had to use a phone that he was waiting for as a trade-in to get a working phone, which was an iPhone.
Which one that doesn't overheat? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's saying check your Telegram.
Check your Telegram. All right, let me see something. What is he talking about here? Sorry, folks. What? But your device is getting warm near the charging port. Wait a minute. Is this? Brian? Is this the Pixel, or is this? I thought you got rid of that phone. I know that you said it. You got major problems with that phone. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I don't know if it comes in. Whoop. Anyway, it basically I still have 2 weeks left to trade. Well, get it out of there, man. It's a shame. It's really a shame that you had it.
But see, he does his videos with his Canon. He uses his DSLR for his videos.
He's a phone like a phone. I take pictures with the Pixel, but record video on his Canon. Nice. All right, let me continue on. It's a big phone, too big for some that might have loved their prior Android Police Editor's Choice winners like the tiny Pixel 4a, and more in keeping with the 2018 winner of the OnePlus 6T.
Yep.
Beyond size, we should also point out the battery life reports are inconsistent. While we're had pretty good experience on average here at Android Police, some of us have had observed unusual behavior or shorter than expected battery life in certain circumstances. And of course, the Pixel 6 is not without its usual googly bugs, though there are been ironed out with subsequent updates. And on that note, updates are on a highlighted as well between regular feature drops and bringing new features to the phone every 3 months, and promise 5 years of software updates.
And you said this is from December of last year, right?
Yes.
This article? Okay, that makes sense because if I remember correctly, it seemed like they finally got rid of the bugs for the fingerprint sensor with the January this year update.
Yes, that was some of the big updates that happened.
Yep.
And like I said, I think I purposely waited even longer, like February. Right. I think I waited until February to really start using the Pixel 6 as
I was just so happy because I was using the Pixel 6 Pro as my main because I hadn't bought the Galaxy S22 yet because it didn't come out till February.
What's his name? I was going to get a Dumb Plus phone, but I don't want people thinking I'm on the food.
I
Jeez.
cannot imagine you getting a OnePlus phone, Gary. I can't imagine me getting one either. Although
he would get an iPhone, I think, before he get a OnePlus.
Although I have to say, Anthony, My Project 13, and Big Dog, what I'm seeing on the videos from their OnePlus 10s looks awfully good to me. I got to give them that.
Yeah, I will admit today's video car vlog, I used the OnePlus 9, and I will admit the rear camera wasn't the best.
Okay.
It was okay. I had a lot of what do you call when you look at the lights and it got that star effect.
Right. Yeah.
I had a lot of that going on, but everybody takes a turn. I gotta probably I should do the next car vlog, Monday's vlog using the iPhone.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And like I said, it pains me if you. I'll just say now, this is becoming closer on the chopping block than 9 because I need to free up some money to do things.
Yeah.
So, and
you're saying you needed to get both a phone and a computer for Pat?
We're bouncing back and forth.
Okay.
What we're going to do here. Because her issue with the Chromebook was she couldn't play some of her games, some of the software from the games. But if that's the only problem, I'll let her access to a Windows unit. She can get on there and do whatever she's got to do.
Right.
I have a Windows computer from work. I've been using that off and on to try and get whatever she.
Okay.
What's this?
Now, have you tried the games that she couldn't play on her Chromebook? Have you tried them on your Chromebook?
No. I don't think it's the software. I've run across this with Chrome on an occasion, and it's the OS that Chrome uses because I've come across parts manuals, especially on one particular company, that Chrome don't work at all. I just immediately
it's the Chromium then, yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. And I have to use whatever Explorer, whatever they're calling it this week.
Right.
And it works. And then all of a sudden there'll be an update somewhere along the between Chrome and them, and then I can use Chrome to do the parts catalog, and it's almost the same thing with hers.
Microsoft Edge,
yeah, right. I
don't get too edgy.
What was it? What was the one that just died? They just killed off Explorer.
Explorer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Explorer was there for years and years.
Yeah. What's this now? My niece got an iPhone SE 2022 for Christmas. I'm done with her. Here we go.
Careful, something terrible may happen, Gary, and you end up on an iPhone. Now he wants to kill me, I'm sure.
I'm responding to Gary's comment right there. There we go. That's why. I'm telling you, that's why. I'm going to divert because I got thinking about today's show and stuff, and there was a few things that happened in the last few weeks at work talking about iPhone and people. And mind you, that I'm talking about the road techs, the guys that go out in the field to repair forklifts.
Right.
And there's two much younger people, under 30. That when we handed them the Android phone, they like lost their mind. They just tried to, wow, this is so different. It is
different. I can understand that.
But the words out of their mouth both say, "I've always had just iPhones."
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
you're going to find a lot of people in this country.
I've heard about it, but I never experienced it. Oh, okay. And they both to this day don't have no appreciation for Android at all. They just tolerate it because they're the company phone that they're handed to do.
But since they're using a company phone, haven't they at least noticed that it's gotten somewhat better over the? I would think even normal people would notice some it getting, but let's say over a 5-year period, let's say.
No, well, they haven't been with the company long enough yet. These are newer employees that just got company phones. And I'm talking to, because I got one guy, his personal iPhone's like I don't know how he's not cutting his finger because it's so broken up, and he's waiting for a certain time. I don't know if it's because he can get rid of it or he can buy insurance. I forget, whatever, some kind of excuse he gave me.
Hey, I saw one of the girls in the enterprise office today using an iPhone 8.
Yeah, I seen one the other night, an iPhone 8. So somebody had it, and they're just tickle pink. They're just, as long as they can do their do their thing.
One thing I'll give this girl, though, most of the time when I see somebody with an iPhone 8 or even an iPhone 10, there's a cracked screen. This girl's looked perfect. It looked like it was in tip-top shape.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling him, I said, well, the company, and truthfully, the company doesn't mind. They're mindful about how much gigabytes you're using in data. But if you were going to use that as your personal phone to get over the hump while you're whatever, he wanted no part of that Android phone, even as a personal phone.
I can understand.
It was something.
I think you'll find a lot of iPhone people who are the same way.
Yeah,
it's too different for them.
Gary, wait a minute. I want to bounce over here. Gary saying, my job gave us T-Mobile Revel, so I just use the SIM card in my personal phone.
If my company gave me a T-Mobile Revel, I'd hand it right back to them and say, I'll use my own.
Come on, George. It's not that bad.
I could not use that phone. I'm sorry.
Why?
No way in the world.
Why?
Because it's too far.
How could you not?
It's too far below what I'm used to.
Oh my God! I don't believe I just heard that.
Way too far below what I could never use that phone. No way.
You couldn't use that phone.
No. Now
you couldn't even try. You couldn't even.
Let me put it this way. Right now, the lowest phone I have is a phone that I love, which is the Moto Edge Plus. And the Revel.
That's the low. You put that as a low phone.
Close to the Moto Edge. In my opinion.
I'm clipping this. I'm clipping this. I don't believe I'm hearing this.
That's how I feel.
George,
you posted. The Revel came out. I have always known I would never, ever, ever use that phone ever. I'm this close to saying the same thing about the OnePlus 9. If you gave me a OnePlus 9, I probably wouldn't use it. I probably would not put my SIM card in it. I just think it's that bad, camera-wise. It may be great at everything else. Now, the OnePlus 10s, I'm starting to get impressed at what I'm seeing, I have to say.
But you're supposed to be reviewing this stuff and looking at all avenues and not just a camera.
I don't want to review a Revel. I don't want to review a OnePlus 9. I don't want to review a phone with terrible cameras. Any phone with terrible cameras. The Moto cameras aren't great, but they're not terrible.
You know what I did with my Revel, right?
No, I forgot.
My son has it.
And you said it was fine for him, right? For what
his G7 finally pretty much gave up the ghost. He couldn't.
Right.
It couldn't hold a charge long, and then the charging port was wiped out.
Happy with it, I gather.
He hasn't. George, let me just tell you. I told him. I said, you got 1 week to decide, because at the time, this is during Black Friday, right. I had a Pixel 6 here in the house.
Okay.
And I said, it doesn't matter to me, but this is like the end point. Like either you're going to take the Pixel, say, Dad, I don't like the Revel, because I was giving him a week. Yeah. I said, it won't hurt my feelings. You will not hurt my feelings. If I have to give you the Pixel 6a, I will give it to you.
Okay.
Or, I know part of him, he's just trying to be nice to Dad because Dad gave him the phone.
But he was fine with the Revel. But I mean, if it does everything that he wants, then he's good to go.
You know what his comment to me is?
Of course, he's missed a data plan.
Yeah, what he said to me? He goes, boy, this has got a lot of storage, because he went from 64 gigs to 128.
There you go. Okay? So, yes, storage and data. That's what your son does, right?
Games. I don't know what he does. He does a lot with games. He does something with games, and he's telling me he was constantly erasing, deleting stuff off his phone too. So,
well, I'm glad the Revel fits his uses. I'm happy for him that way.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not so much of a snob. I can't be happy if somebody else is happy with it. I just couldn't be happy with it. That's just me. You know.
So T-Mobile came to you and said, hey, "We want you to review this phone." You would tell them no. If somebody came to you and said to review these phones,
I would say yes, and I would specify in the first video, T-Mobile asked me to review this phone, so I'm going to. Because that would be my way of saying that's the only reason you'll ever see this phone in my hands. I wouldn't
Gary,
say that, but I would sure tell them T-Mobile asked me to.
Gary, let me just say this. It might be a form of child abuse to you, but it's also...
Good point, Gary.
But Gary, it's also payback from Dad for all the years of other things, okay? So guess what?
That was a good one, Gary. I liked it.
Oh, come on. You almost quit. You would not quit your job.
No, maybe I'm thinking he means the phone, not the...
He almost quit. He says, so bad, I almost quit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. This is my impression of Revel. It has been from... Now, you've had it. Jay Wills has it. And because, he buys every phone in the world.
Yeah, he does.
And he's okay with it. I couldn't use it. I could not use it. Unless T-Mobile asked me to review it and gave it to me, then I would.
Yeah, see, he says right here. He says,
the job. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But of course, now keep in mind this is from a guy who won't use an iPhone, so you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, well, Gary, what would you have done if they handed you an iPhone? I bet you would have really lost your marbles.
He would have used it, I would suspect.
No, I don't know, man. He was...
You're talking about one of the best phones in the world with one of the best cameras in the world. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but he doesn't like iPhone.
I know he doesn't like them, but still, it's not like getting a Revel, is what I'm saying.
My son's company was giving out for company phones A23, Samsung A23, or iPhone SE.
Oh, I take the iPhone SE easily.
You would have, yeah?
Yeah, because when I had my A52 before I sold it last year, I loved that phone. Could I use any of the A phones below the A52? Not from what I've seen.
Really?
Yeah. Now, anything from an A52 forward, yes, I could use. But
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about the 23.
The A23, and there's no way I could use those phones. Like Serrano, he can use the A10 and A11. I couldn't use those phones. I just could not bring myself to use those phones. I think the Moto Edge, that's about the lowest phone I'm going to get probably ever anymore, I'm guessing.
I mean, how bad is it?
How bad is what?
The Moto phone. How bad is it?
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. It's not up here with this and this. But no, it's a great phone. It would be. I think most Android users, if they had to use that phone, they'd be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'd say the Moto is about on a par with the A52, or maybe a tiny bit better. So it's pretty good.
Wow. Really, you put it that far? I mean, to me, I would think the Moto phone. It's an
$800 Moto phone.
No, but which processor is it? Is it the 888?
Yes.
It is using a 888.
Yes.
So it's a flagship chipset.
Yes. Which is
what brings it down? Just the cameras? Is it because
just the cameras? Yeah. Now the cameras. If I didn't have an iPhone 14 and a Galaxy S22, the cameras would be pretty good, because having the Pixel 7, the Pixel 7 photos are going to beat it easily. Video, maybe not. My guess is sometimes yes, sometimes no. So the Moto Edge Plus would sometimes beat the Pixel 7 on video, in my opinion. Yeah. But it can't come close to the S22 or the iPhone.
Well, these we're talking mid-par or middle of the road phones.
Right.
The A52 here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I picked this to be my phone of the year. Now,
you totally messed it all. You messed up the whole purpose of phone of the year. You realize that, right?
I realize that. I did that.
You
purposely.
said this is last year's phone, and then you picked it for this year's phone.
Yeah, yes.
How do you do that?
How?
That's that's against the whole purpose.
No. You still can get a phone of the year from last year that can still compete.
No, to me, no. If it beats all the phones that you got for this year, I would agree with you. But if it doesn't beat all the phones you got for this year, then you shouldn't be going back to last year.
I'm talking about feature sets, though. Look, I'm talking about the headphone jack. It comes with an SD card. Yeah. My lavalier mic works on it without even having to get a dongle or anything.
So you don't have a phone from this year that beats that phone at all.
Phone that beats it.
You have the Pixel 7. Keep in mind.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I was looking at. I was about the only phone I could say that.
You're saying this last year's A52 beats this year's Pixel 7.
But understand what I'm saying though.
I'm just asking you a straight up question.
What was that
question?
Go ahead. Try me again.
Last year's A52 beat this year's Pixel 7.
I haven't done. I can't honestly answer that.
Wow.
Because I didn't do any camera comparison, which you put me on the spot. I guess I'm going to need to do one of them.
And it's only the cameras. I mean,
but wait a minute. See, let me just say this. I've done video, my car vlogs with this very phone.
And it came out very, very
well because you said that you said that the OnePlus 9 camera was garbage.
Well,
in so many words.
When you used it last week, front and back in the same video, both times my mind said immediately, "Boy, those cameras are terrible." That was my first thought both times. And yes. With the A52, when you tell me you're using the A52, I'm like, hey, that's pretty good video. That's
is it not? Okay. Yeah. And you've seen I've done car vlogs with a Pixel 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And could you say that the 7 was better or the Pixel was better than the A52? I don't think so. I think you couldn't tell the difference. In my memory,
I'd make them about equal.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
But then you go to photos and it's not even a contest.
But my whole other thing was I was trying to drive a point to is the updates are going to come to all these phones I had in front of us.
Right.
And they're all going to get as I like to call it, a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, so but you're never going to get enough updates on the A52 to make the photos anywhere near as good as the Pixel 7.
I'm never going to
keep in mind, as long as you're getting updates on that A52, you're also going to be getting updates on the Pixel 7. So it'll never
right. The Pixel 7 is going to get one more major OS update. I think
how many more are you going to get on the A52?
Well, it came out with Android 11. It got 12. Right. It just got 13.
Right. So you're going to get one more, I would think.
I think it's one, or I don't know. Are they all going to get 4 years?
It could be 2. Yeah, you could be. It is Samsung. It could be 2. You're right.
I mean, they were really dishing
when I'm saying photo-wise, it should never catch up to the Pixel 7, ever. It should never even come close. I don't care how many updates they give.
I mean, a Pixel, to your point, I will admit, because I took pictures of just the last few days of different things. The dog, Patty was with her. Patty had her cousin come over, and I took a picture and did that sort of cinematic thing. And the AI in it did the work. If you know what I'm saying. I hands down, you're right. That kind of stuff, that after processing, and Google's smart enough to send you this little notification saying, "Hey, look what we did to this photo for you."
Exactly, and you're never going to see that in any Samsung phone except the Galaxy S.
George, You know what I said too in today's vlog going out is that I'm considering moving Sims around and giving the Pixel 7 a break and putting the OnePlus 9 as my primary.
Yeah.
And the number one thing I'm going to miss the most is call screening. That is so.
Why would you put the one? Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
enjoying it.
OnePlus 9.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
sorry.
Hashtag enjoy your tech, George.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
There's no way I could enjoy that phone.
Well, that's you. Me,
Yeah,
I'm enjoying my tech, and
you want to do something. You want to do something good? Buy me a OnePlus 10. I'll probably end up enjoying.
No, I'll give you the 9. And I'll keep the 10.
No, that would be torturing me.
Oh man. But no, what I was going to do was because this OnePlus 9 is probably going to go
on the chopping block.
Yeah, it's going on the chopping block.
Very good, Gary. Gary's got you tonight.
What's this
Gary still got the Pixel 2 hanging around. What said Samsung didn't bring nice new cameras to older smart. Now Samsung doesn't bring the nice features to anything below the S line, in my opinion.
Mm.
But hey, still, the A52, the A53, the A72, the A70, these are all nice phones that take nice pictures and nice video. They're just not S phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Don, Happy New Year, brother.
And I do have a soft spot for budget phones.
Don is the guy that I sold the A52 to, and he still loves it. Now, of course, he has multiple phones also. Oh.
Now, is Don the one who got your 52?
Yes, and he still has it, and he has 2 other phones. I think he has a Pixel. I think he has something else. But he still loves his A52.
I mean, I can't find myself to use this phone. This is going to be it's going to be shooting video.
Now, see, I would use that way before I used the OnePlus 9.
Oh, no, yeah, because the ability to hook this mic up is priceless, simply priceless.
Okay, that makes sense.
And now I'm mastering on here. I find it easier to edit video.
I knew you were going to say that.
It is.
You're getting better and better at that.
It shows. I know. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but it shows. Now I did the edit on this, but the file system that Samsung offers is so intuitive. It's so easy. Cool. Anybody understands how to do a Windows computer, for filing.
I got to try it one day because I'm so used to doing everything on the computer.
George, I can't say enough, George. Filmora Go, personally, is a recommend.
And you don't have that I use the most on Windows is Filmora 12.
Is that what you use your videos with?
When I do my side by side 4Ks, then I'm using the Adobe Premiere Elements. But anything else, I'm using Filmora 12, and I only went to 12 2 weeks last week before last. Before that was
Filmora Go is
Filmora for years.
And I don't get crazy with it. I
do a good job.
I don't go crazy. I mean, I think you can still layer. I just haven't mastered layering other video. You do picture in picture, and then you can stretch it out if you had to.
Right.
The free version was really nice, and that's what got me on the hook, saying, all right, I'll pony up the money for the monthly fee. I mean, I can always stop. I didn't want to pony up the whole year, and I might do it later on, but I'm just doing it, I forget, $2.99, I think it is, or $1.99. I forget how much it is right at the moment.
Yes, if something like that, I would probably just go for the yearly, but part of what attracted me to Filmora years ago, every once in a while, they would give you a lifetime shot. So you'd pay one price and you get all the upgrades for life. Or that's what I've done it for. I've had Filmora since Filmora 9. Well, I've gotten all the free updates because I have a lifetime license.
Well, on the iPad?
No, on the
computer.
Yeah. But I can take it. I can take it, the same license. I can put it on this one, which is my Microsoft Surface Pro, or I can use it on my Windows 11 at home. And as soon as I try to switch it, it says you're using it on a different computer. Use it here. Well, it switches it. So I don't have to pay twice. I did pay for the one for the iPad Pro, but I just like using Windows better.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what maybe now. I'm not going to pick this phone for next year. Let me see. And I'll segue to talking, and I want to ask. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Is next year? I want crazy, and I broke my own rule, and I can't break my rule for 23. I said I wanted to live with what I have and see and try and do videos on how it ages, and that's what I got to do. Whoa, we got the man.
I wouldn't do that, but that's just me.
Hold up. We have
Grant is in here. Wow, hey Grant.
Thank you, Grant, for stopping in. Let me tell you, I can't say enough. This guy kills it in comparisons, in photo and comparisons. I'm telling you, it just kills it.
Yep.
So what's this now? I challenge Mike to use the Revel and give his pixels.
No, then you'd be punishing Mike big time, in my opinion.
If you had it on your phone, give LumaFusion. I will. I will certainly give that a try. Hey, I'm on vacation. I got time to play around with that stuff.
$20 one-time cost. That's worth a shot.
I will definitely check it out there, Grant. Hey, Grant, do you know? I'm asking this: would LumaFusion work on my Chromebook? That would be so nice.
Well, they just started. Didn't they just start working on Android?
Yeah, but Chrome OS on a Chromebook
is Chromium is different. Yeah,
is a little bit different. Yeah, so
that's something you have to go into a YouTube and type it in. Will it work on my Chromebook?
Oh yeah, I would. Oh yeah, I would. But yeah, I'm raving about it. I like, Brian, I like the Revel as much as
much people, as I dislike it, he likes it.
George, it did what it needed to do, and it did it, I think, well.
I think it's great that it does that for your son. I just can't.
I'm impressed that the phone came to me as a Pixel. The OS is Pixel. It's without a doubt. It has its own it has that dialer. The messaging, everything. I can't think of anything that was not like it didn't even have like those games that I can't remember. The only bloaty thing it had was T-Mobile apps.
So it was using RCS like Samsung does?
Yeah. Well, I struggle getting RCS to work right, but
okay.
Yeah, but it does.
Okay. All right. And I'll admit, I mean, the version you had was certainly better than the original Revel.
Now this was the 6 Pro.
Right.
Okay. Now I will admit, for anybody who's going to, the only downside to that phone was the size. It was too squared off, too squared this way.
Okay.
And it was too large. I mean, if you had vision problems, you didn't have vision problems after using that phone.
Larger than this?
About as big or bigger.
Okay. Now, see,
it was not as wide.
This is perfect for me, and Will says this is too huge.
Oh yeah. I will admit the 6, the regular 13 is a nice size. According to Grant here, looks like LumaFusion also has a new Chrome OS.
There you go. I thought it might. Thanks, Grant. Now, see, I tried using LumaFusion because of Ted for about, and I bought it on my iPad Pro for about.
Yeah.
Ended up going back to Windows because the learning curve for me was just too. It ended up being too hard for me, taking me too long to do everything.
Yeah, I will do. I will check that. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I will. I mean, not taken away from LumaFusion, but I just found that also Filmora Go so far has the elements that I need to do what I need to make my car vlogs the way you see them today.
And the thing I tell you, I've been using Filmora for about 4 years, and Filmora keeps getting better and better and better and better.
I did start out long ago. Long ago, I started out with Filmora, and then I kind of got hooked on the Premiere, the
Premiere
Adobe
Elements.
Premiere, but not the top dollar one. I got
I use the Premiere Elements, which is
Premiere
the one
Elements. I think it's called. Yeah,
that's the one I pay for. I use those two exclusively. Really, I used to use Power Director, and I just found Filmora caught up to Power Director for me, and then Premiere Elements got to where it was enough like Power Director that I fell right into it. It was easy for me, and I'm getting better and better at using that too. And I've been using that for 3 years.
I don't think Mike's Chromebook got 8 gigs of RAM. I got to see.
Okay,
it's a potent little Chromebook. This one here. So, so getting back to what I was talking about, and you know, it's a combination of George is this isn't a cheap deal that we do in and day out, and I feel personally that that's a niche other than covering phone carriers, than which I like to do, which is
niche, you want your niche to be using the phone as it gets older.
Yeah, and try and find different things with it, or try to show
that kind of makes sense, because I'm always saying none of us ever use all the features.
Use the features, see how well it ages, see if there is an issue that does crop up. I mean, I'm keeping my Pixel 6 to try out the betas and trying to do work on that. Okay,
which I probably should do it in my 6 Pro at some point.
Peaking, because granted, I'm probably also leaning into it too.
Yeah.
Let me back up. I'm so used to it, the rock stars get right in their faces. Is that any better?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better.
All right. Just there we go. Turn in the mic. It turned out I got a big mouth, Grant. That's what my wife always says.
We are Jersey guys. It's expected.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be Pixel, and definitely and the iPhone.
Okay.
So I have a newer.
But you're considering the S23 in what, less than 2 months now?
Now that's for the wife.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's for the wife.
And like I said, videos on it, I would expect.
No. Oh yeah. She ain't getting it right away. She may not get it right away. But the thing is, though, on the trade-off is, I would probably take her Note 10.
Okay.
And play with that.
Yeah,
even make that as I've been wanting to try her pen out as a work phone, because I do see a lot of things that she, a lot of potential.
I could see you using that in your work too.
Yes, I would. I use when I'm at work, if I can type out an email, and then I mean, between typing it and voice dictation, I'm just just banging out emails or replying to different things. So anyway, as much as I would, I like the OnePlus. I know about the cameras. I understand your viewpoint on it, and I'm not going to argue. It's not Pixel at all.
Well, see, because of you,
but
I with Big Dog and my Project 13, I just noticed a 10 so much more, and because of you with the 9, I'm getting kind of impressed with the 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can be the guinea pig. But I really wanted to have a 888 phone in the house, but I'm gonna give that up. So I would have still a newer, modern Samsung in the house, and my wife's old Note 10.
Right.
And then just trying to focus on that, and things could change, but I wanted to also get into the like I said, the betas with the Pixel 6. Right. And cover phones. My question to you, George, is what's I don't know. I don't say what's your thoughts for 2023 for mobile geezer?
Obviously, my first thing is I'm going to have to decide: am I going to get the 23 Ultra? Keep in mind, I only got the 22 Plus this year. I didn't get the Ultra. So am I going to get the 23 Ultra? And if I do, what am I trading in? Well, I'm probably going to, if I get the 23 Ultra, I'm probably going to trade in the S22 Plus.
See, the deals are crazy. You're going to wind up paying for, what I'm saying is do you have to
get a few $100 and you get a brand new 23 Ultra?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you do you have the 21 Ultra still? Do
yes,
you have that?
And I still love it, and it still takes awesome photos and video, I think.
Right.
So and of course, this is my newest baby still, and it's still awesome, and I absolutely love this thing.
Now, you use that as your daily, don't you?
I use it as my daily when I go to work because it's easier, and I don't keep in mind I only work 3 days a week. But those 3 days, yes, this is the phone that's easy for me to pop in and out of my pocket. Now today I had this as my main and Pixel. I mean the iPhone 14 Pro Max as the secondary. But yesterday I had the Pixel 7 and this because I was working yesterday too.
Okay.
But see, keep in mind, all of my rotation is dependent on my watches. The Apple Watch one day, the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic one day, and the Pixel Watch one day. That's what decides which phone I'm having as my main phone for that day.
I got you. So next year is possible trade-in.
Yeah. And my guess is, if I had to guess, I'd probably end up trading the S22 Plus for the work. Now, of course, I'd love to keep it so I can compare the two, but I can't afford that. And then after that, keep in mind, I only bought 5 phones this year. So if I could keep it to that next year, I'd be fine. Because, the big decision for me is going to be, well, okay, what happens when the new iPhone comes out? Then I got to make a decision again. And then when the next Pixel comes out, I got to make a decision. Now, when the Flip comes out this year, I'm probably going to stick with the Flip 4 for now.
Right. The
and if Google does make a folding phone, I'm going to break my back or bank probably trying to get that phone. If it costs $1,600 or more, I don't think I'm going to get it.
It's going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
But if it's 15 or under, I'll probably pull something out of my savings to get it. We'll see. That's how special a folding Pixel phone would be to me. Even though it's first gen. Now, of course, I'm not going to spend that kind of money until I see what other people think about it. So I'm going to watch for a few weeks or months.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a first time product.
It's a first gen, yeah.
Now, I will admit, though, you see what really is good is those oldie but goodies that you do.
Oh yeah,
and that last one you did with the Xiaomi phone, I will admit,
that phone is still a good phone.
I can't believe it got all those updates.
Yeah,
it took some really nice pictures and video there.
Yeah, and the cameras still amazed me, and it's up to it's on Android 12, and it's July 21st, July of 21. So I think that's great.
Yeah, it managed to go all that time.
Phone. Yeah,
right. Now, is that the one? Now, is that the Android or whatever that?
Android 1?
Yeah, is it Android 1 phone?
That's one of the Android 1 phones. I have 2 of them. They're both Xiaomi.
You have 2?
Yeah, I have 2. I have the one before that, the original Xiaomi Mi A1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say, is that going to be your next one?
No.
No?
I knew that was going to be, because
go on.
I already decided what's going to be next month.
Okay. See, that's good. That's gold right there, George. I'm telling you, breaking out those phones and once in a while, and it's good to take a look back.
Even one of the managers at one of Enterprise's branches said to me yesterday, "I watched your oldie but goodie. That was a nice phone."
It's surprising that some of these older phones, how they still can.
They hold up. They hold
up.
Nicely.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
So
I have to say Xiaomi and the old Huawei Mate that I have, they held up nicely too. But of course, you can't go with Huawei anymore. But those held up very nicely.
do you have a Huawei phone?
I have two Huawei phones.
Do you?
No. Now I just have one. I have the Mate 9, and I had another one, but I can't remember what it was now. Too long ago.
Gotcha.
But I remember the Mate 9 came out when first time I saw it was in Vegas, and that was the year that I met Ted in 2018.
Oh, where you been and where? In Vegas?
And yeah, Ted and I first met in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, get out. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah, at the convention.
Now, Gary's saying he's going to just get the Pixel tablet and maybe the Pixel 8 Pro if it has solely.
Yeah. Now, if they come out with a Pixel folding phone and a Pixel tablet, if I hear really semi bad things about the folding phone, then I'll probably get the Pixel tablet. Even though I have an iPad Pro, I don't really have much use for an Android tablet, but it's been years since I had an Android tablet. Yeah, so if I'm going to get one, I might as well get one by Pixel, by Google.
Do you want to cover? We want to cover the last story here, or do you want to?
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, let me share it.
That's going to be the net neutrality.
Yeah, and again, let's my thought was now this is going back a year, almost a year now.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get the share part.
All right.
Share screen.
I'm going to put mine in reader view, see if I can get rid of these ads. Okay, I'm good. Tell me when you want me to go.
Go for it. Let me go ahead.
All right, I'm going in reader view, but hopefully we'll have the same thing. Okay, and this was on CNET. Net neutrality will make a comeback in 2022. Now, this was by Marguerite Reardon, and this was from 1/10, so January 1st of this year. A new chapter in the ongoing saga of net neutrality and who governs the internet will take shape over the next year. So it should have taken shape this year, thanks to another shift in power at the Federal Communications Commission. With new appointees from President Joe Biden firming up a Democratic majority at the agency, reinstating Obama-era net neutrality rules thrown out under the Trump administration will be a top priority for the agency. Net neutrality is the principle that all traffic on the internet should be treated equally, regardless of whether you're checking Facebook, posting pictures to Instagram, or streaming movies from Netflix or Amazon. It also means companies like Comcast, which owns NBC Universal, can't favor their own content over that of a competitor. Supporters of net neutrality say rules are necessary to ensure broadband companies aren't taking advantage of their power, because they certainly will, over the infrastructure that delivers content to your internet-enabled TVs, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. But broadband companies and Republicans in Congress and on the FCC say the old rules gave the agency too much power, shifting broadband investment. I think that's going to happen no matter what. The result, net neutrality regulations ping-ponging back and forth based on the political party in charge. Yeah, which is stupid. Last year, Biden named Jessica Rosenworcel a permanent chair of the FCC. Biden's other nominee for FCC, Gigi, I guess, Sohn, had her Senate confirmation hearing in December and now awaits votes from the committee and full Senate. If Sohn makes it through the confirmation process, did she? Do you know, Mike?
No, that's the thing.
You should look that up while I'm reading this.
Okay.
If Sohn makes it through the confirmation process, Democrats will have the necessary 3-2 majority to lead the agency and reestablish the FCC's authority to impose rules of the road for the internet. I would hope they did. I would think they would. At stake in this shift is whether the FCC will regain its authority to police the internet to ensure that broadband companies aren't abusing their power as gatekeepers. The 2015 rules adopted under then Chairman Tom Wheeler, a Democrat, prevented broadband providers from blocking or slowing access to the internet or charging for faster access. But the Trump-era FCC tossed out the rules, handing more limited authority over to the Federal Trade Commission, but sparking states to pursue their own regulations and causing confusion over the state of net neutrality. And that's the problem. This is something where it shouldn't be the states. You want to have something that covers the country, I would think. Bringing back the 2015 rules would reestablish the FCC's oversight over broadband, giving the agency the authority to crack down on broadband abuses, such as weak privacy practices or fraudulent billing. Additionally, the authority, which under the old rules was established by reclassifying broadband as a Title II service under the Communications Act, which would give the FCC solid footing to step in during an emergency like a pandemic to ensure consumers aren't cut off from broadband service. This next chapter in net neutrality is about reestablishing the FCC's oversight of our nation's telecommunications network, said Harold Feld, the senior vice president of the digital advocacy group Public Knowledge. And if the FCC doesn't establish its authority under Title II, then it doesn't have authority over any telecommunications anymore. Feld added that shutdowns due to the coronavirus pandemic showed people that broadband is a necessity for remote workers and shopping, that's for sure, making it clear that such vital communications infrastructure should have some sort of federal oversight. I agree. It's critical because when the world shuts down from a global pandemic, we need an agency that can make certain people, I think that should make sure certain people aren't cut off from service. Feld said, there's a major outage, like we're seeing more regularly these days, we need an agency that will demand answers and require ISPs maintain their network. Key policy in the digital divide. When the Trump administration, through FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, everybody couldn't stand that guy, repealed the rules in 2017, it was to spur broadband investment. Since that time, Republicans have argued that doomsday predictions that broadband providers would abuse their power haven't come to fruition. Yeah, but they tried, I think. And that investment in broadband is up. Democrats and supporters of the old rules, however, dispute these claims. Now Biden and his fellow Democrats want net neutrality regulations back on the books, according to an executive order released in July. That would have been July of 2020. No, of 2021, sorry. Biden cites a lack of competition as a major problem, perpetuating the digital divide, and sees the restoration of net neutrality protections as a key part of his agenda to close that divide. For years, policymakers have struggled to reach those without service. And there's still a big chunk of people in bad areas. I still read stuff about people not getting service. Big providers can use their power to discriminatorily block or slow down online services, the White House said in a fact sheet explaining its executive order. The Obama-Biden administration's FCC adopted net neutrality rules that required these companies to treat all internet services equally, but this was undone in 2017. Ending the deadlock, turning the page. Since Biden took office in January 21, the FCC has been split 2-2 between Democrats and Republicans, which has left the agency unable to act on Democrats' agenda to bring back net neutrality. So this should have ended by now, I would think. Okay. With Rosenworcel confirmed and net neutrality activist Sohn expected to get the nod, Democrats will have their majority and be poised to fulfill Biden's promise to get net neutrality regulations. So did Sohn get the nod? Is she in?
Nope. As of October, this printing here of October from Ars Technica of October 26th of this year, Senate has gone a full year without voting on Biden's FCC nominee, Gigi Sohn.
Really?
Yes. Really?
That's terrible.
Really?
Okay, so it's just still locked up. Unbelievable. All right, let me finish this up. Rosenworcel, who's now in her third term on the FCC, was a commissioner who voted for the 2015 rules. She also voted against the repeal in 2017 and was outspoken about her opposition. Yes, she was. Sohn has spent much of her career advocating for net neutrality protections. As an advisor to Will, she helped craft the 2015 rules. Net neutrality is definitely something Chairwoman Rosenworcel feels strongly about, as do Commissioner Starks and Gigi Schoenfeld said. So I expect it will move pretty quickly once the commission is filled out. But the commission still isn't filled out. The big question is how far the agency will go in terms of reestablishing the rules. Both Rosenworcel and Sohn made it clear during their Senate confirmation hearings that in addition to bringing back the 2015 rules that prohibit broadband providers from blocking and throttling traffic, the FCC needs to reestablish its authority. I agree. The impact of the rollback in 2017 is broader than just net neutrality, Rosenworcel said during her hearing, because it took the FCC away from oversight of broadband. And coming out of this pandemic, I think all of us know that we need some oversight. I agree, because it's become such an essential service for day-to-day life. I 100% agree with that. And if it's the Republicans just blocking because they can, I think that's terrible.
Again, we're talking about something that, something that first of all fell off the table.
Yeah.
Okay. This conversation that we're having, nobody wants to hear, first off, and nobody wants to talk about it, and nobody wants to do anything about it. And then what the end result is, I personally feel, here, let me get rid of
it.
This.
It sounds like spite on the Republicans' part.
It's spite on both ends of the houses, both ends, I feel, or both ends of the parties, personally.
Yeah.
But in the end of it all, we all pay for it.
Exactly.
We all pay for it. If I have, and you have, well, I'm just saying, YouTube TV. When it came out of the YouTube TV, it was this many channels with with this, and you can buy it. Buy HBO
it was 38,000 change a month because I got it as soon as it came out, and there was like 40 some channels.
Now they've tiered it to get 4K.
Yeah,
that, right, George? I understand that. But why?
They keep trying to get me to click on that. I'm not clicking on that.
Why even bother buying a 4K TV if I got to pay extra for it?
Exactly.
I did a 1 week trial so I can watch football with my family, my wife's cousins
in 4K.
Not just 4K. No. I had to buy the Fubo.
Oh, okay.
Because they had the NFL channels on.
Okay.
I mean, talk about cornering the market and doing these little slices of these little things.
That's what they all keep doing.
And they get away with it.
Yeah.
And we let them get away with it.
And we need some kind of federal oversight on that crap.
Now, I'm holding this up because this is an AT&T phone. I'm still testing because this is an AT&T phone.
Right.
But they could basically, the fine person from not of America, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be, but not here, try to explain to me that, well, you'll get the fastest speeds in 4G LTE, but if you're in an area with towers that have 5G, you will get 5G.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tries to pawns off and says, if you upgrade to the $65 plan, you will get unlimited 5G all the time.
How can you get unlimited 5G all the time?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So they have the audacity.
So what that says is they think that the majority of people are so stupid they won't even notice to ask that.
Right. Right. If you bring a phone that's not one of their phones, I think the Pixel might be the only one out in the iPhone. Right. But if you bought an unlocked phone like a Moto phone,
right,
you cannot get Wi-Fi calling unless it's an AT&T phone.
Okay. But keep in mind, when the whole 5G thing was just getting started, who lied for a year calling it 5G, and it wasn't 5G, and everybody knew it wasn't 5G.
And they get away. They're allowed to get away. And I'm going on a different tangent a little bit, but still, net neutrality it was so well kept under the rug, swept under the rug, and they're letting these telecommunication companies of all kinds, and that's including down to Disney, and all those other streaming networks get away with this, and nobody's going to do anything about it.
Disney just raised all their prices.
Yep. And look, and what was it? Netflix now stopping password sharing. That's going to be a big. That's going to be a big deal.
Really trying hard to crack down on that.
Oh, I lost lots of money. Oh.
But a lot of people are thinking, and I probably agree. Now, I've never seen 1 minute of Netflix in my life, but there are a lot of people who do and make videos about Netflix who are thinking Netflix is on its way out for good. So it may not exist in 5 years. They
spent a ton of money, George. I don't know if you saw. They bought that old naval base up in Monmouth.
Yeah.
They
bought the one in Monmouth? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Monmouth.
I remember that.
Yeah, they bought it. It's done. Okay. It's a done deal. I was seeing it in my Google feed.
Well, it seemed like Netflix, while they were doing so well and everybody worldwide loved them so much, and and their prices were where people could still love them. Well, they were just spending money like water. Well, people don't love them so much anymore.
I can't talk about funny you mentioned about that too. About I love them to a point, but not spending almost $25 because I can get 4K and watch it on 3 different TVs.
Yeah.
But yet, to get a price that's reasonable, I get one TV.
Right.
One device actually, and what's the other thing that happens? And 480.
Yeah. See that this is why it'll be hard to prime me from YouTube TV, because I won't go for the extras that YouTube TV gives me, but YouTube TV still gives me more sports than just about anybody else.
They give you. Yeah, but wait till they're going to find a way to nickel and dime you more. To
probably, but as long as that basic stays the way it is, I'm good with that. Even though I am now paying close to double what it started out, but of course that was 4 years ago too. I'm still very happy with it.
What's this? Ted talked about in 2018, a wild time to see the rain and the power outage.
That's when we met. Yeah, we had lots of rain. That's right. We had a power outage for a few hours in the whole convention area.
Oh, wow.
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Would you ever want to go back, George?
Absolutely. Yeah. The hardest thing is not getting sick.
Yeah. You got sick? Did you get sick too?
The first year, I got sick for 2 days when I got back. The second year, when I met Ted, I didn't get sick at all.
What comes to mind is Alan Anthony. He always talks about it, and a bunch of other YouTubers. They all come back with
that
some kind of.
Second year, I was the only one that I know of that came back and never got sick. First year I came back, but the first year I got stuck in Dallas at the airport in the middle of the night, and I was stuck in this. The wind was blowing through, and it was like 30-something degrees outside, and I think that's what made me sick. Because it was snow coming through there.
Really?
Yeah, and I landed in Chattanooga at just about midnight, and
you took a plane? You didn't drive, George?
No, I didn't drive.
I'm shocked.
No, because ZTE paid for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well.
That's why. On my own, I would have driven.
There is a company there. I still get their emails for their phones.
I don't anymore.
No?
No. Matter of fact, the guy who was worked for ZTE, he's a Chinese American, and he was the guy who kind of oversaw us for both the 2 years that I went. He quit them 2 years ago himself, or 2.5 years ago, which surprised me. But yeah, it was
I wonder where he went to.
He went.
I remember you guys.
He works for Tudia. He works for Tudia now.
Tudia.
Cases.
Oh, the cases?
Yes.
Oh, get out of here! Really? Yeah.
Oh, and Tudia, they had sent me cases for other phones and for this Pixel 7.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and I can send you a couple if you want. I meant to tell you and I forgot. I think I've got 3. I think I've got to check. But in any case, they sent me this couple of connectors and a little digital wallet out of the blue as a Christmas present. I thought that was so nice.
To you? Get out,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, it just came right out of the blue.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So
there's some content there, George. You didn't make any videos with the cases, or did I miss that?
No,
somehow?
yeah, no, I made the videos. I think I made the videos and then put it away. I think.
Oh, okay.
And I remember saying to Ellen, I got to see if Mike wants any of these. I got to go back and look and see how many I got.
Hey, if you got cases, I'll take them.
Okay.
I'll take them. I always like, again, it's like that other coat of paint. Like I like changing up on cases once in a while. You know.
And so does Jay Will. He likes to do that too.
Yeah, change up, man. It just changes everything.
Now,
so
see, I'm the type. Except for the pixel, I tend to like the 2D cases. I almost never change my cases.
2D makes some nice cases. It's been a while since I got a case from.
Yeah, and they make a nice, affordable cases, which I think
is
awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So, Grant, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Grant. Thank you for stopping in. Very honored, sir.
And you Grant, perfect timing. I was going to just say to George, let's just wrap this up for tonight.
Sounds good to me.
I think we pretty much covered everything. So next week, up in the air, there's a good chance, unless the wife and I we could be, I don't know, we could be going somewhere. Okay. There's a place over in the Poconos. We're going to go and check out this place. We're not going to stay the night because we don't know if they're dog friendly. Okay. But we're going to take a drive up to the Poconos. I know that.
You should be able to look it up and find out if they're dog friendly.
Well, I just want to take a drive.
Okay.
We're just to go through, we're going to check out this place, Cara. It's like a water park.
Oh, okay.
And I'm one to go. Okay, we're going to go in this direction. Okay. I haven't done it in a long time. Pat and I haven't taken one of those Mike trips. Okay, and I'm like you don't mind driving. I don't mind. Okay, I know where I want to go, and then I kind of check out everything else.
I haven't been in the Poconos for over 40 years, but that's because I haven't lived in Jersey for.
I plan on doing some video, maybe some Instagram stories or something like that. I'm going to probably take almost all my phones with me. So
all right, but I'm planning it for my channel next.
Yeah, definitely your channel next week. Okay. Yes, definitely your channel, and I'll know closer to the week if I'm going to be able to hop on or not. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, so.
I hope everybody has a very blessed and very, very safe, happy New Year and a wonderful weekend.
Don, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for stopping by. And anybody, any of your lurkers back there too, thank you for stopping in. As always, thumb up and share in your socials. Tell people to check out the replay. Tell my people that how much George don't like Revel's phones and OnePlus phones and how
one particular one. Yeah, you're 100% right about Revel phones.
Okay, I'm going to try and over the weekend I'm going to try and clip some of this stuff and do some YouTube shorts.
I'm looking at your numbers. You're up to 929.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got one today. I was surprised. So
2,000 folks.
Yeah. I just got to get the watch hours up. So
exactly.
Yeah. So and that's growing too. Not as fast, but it's growing. It's going. Everything's going in the right direction. So
my watch hours are up because I always have a watch. Okay.
Oh,
I couldn't resist that. You know me.
Look, look, George. We're see. I got my Apple Watch on.
There you go. We're both.
I'm going to give it a workout.
Hey, that's awesome.
All right. So, George, anything else you want to add before I take it away?
I'll see you on Mobile Geezer channel next Friday, folks.
Okay.
Hopefully Mike will get here. I hope.
Yeah. So let me see what vacation plans. Let's see what the vacations plans are. Again, everybody have a great holiday, great New Year's. I will be making my car vlog for Monday, and as always, Enjoy your tech. We're out.